Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Taurus, August 14, 2022. Don't talk negatively about other people today. If you have an issue with someone, make sure you take it up with them alone. There is apt to be some tension in your world right now, and emotions could become quite strong and unyielding. Be aware that people may not be taking a very realistic approach to the situation. Don't be surprised if you find it difficult to deal with those who cannot accept the truth. You could be feeling just a little bit lonely today, even if you're surrounded by people, so you're likely to want to phone up a lover or close friend and make arrangements to get together. One of your favorite places in your near neighborhood may be especially appealing, but don't go for the ordinary. An evening at the theater or a concert might be particularly rewarding at this time. Have fun and be creative. Today will prove to be an excellent day to get started on some of the projects you have held back on for some time. You'll likely feel more physical and mental energy than what you've experienced lately. Whether you've got a day ahead filled with work or with play, things are probably going to go great. Tackle tasks or make plans to go out and have some fun with confidence today. Seize the opportunity to be productive by giving that added energy a place to go. Expect to have an intense day today, as you will likely be spending it in the company of other strong women. It is possible that you will attend a psychic event, such as a séance or a tarot card reading, in the evening. You will be stunned by what you learn about yourself. Though you may have gone to the event on a whim, you leave it a convert. Your energy and drive have no bounds. If you had it your way, you would do everything and at the same time. Even though your interests are varied, you should concentrate on what's relevant. Involve your friends and relations in particular. You will spend wonderful moments together and have great memories of them. Your social circle has started to revolve almost exclusively around you. That's fine and dandy. You like to be liked, of course, but you need some time to strike out on your own, too. You're optimistic, willing to take risks. Self-reliance and the charm you possess gives you great confidence. If you suffer the indignity of being turned down by a potential date, this has little effect on the way you feel. There are people out there who appreciate what you offer and willing to share their love with you. You could have some excess physical energy. You might feel pulled in several directions at once. You might try to accomplish too many tasks at the same time. Your heightened stamina and drive could inspire you to take on too many obligations. Don't overdo things today. Make some time for breaks and for breathing. Although you might feel like you are superhuman, you still need to eat and to sleep. Stay clear of gossip on this day. Even if this is something you see as harmless every now and then, it can wind up costing you in the long run. Don't be surprised if you see others striking up chatter about other people's business today. When it's a good friend or a group of people you have to get along with, such as co-workers, it can be harder to stay out of it. Yet, it's important. 6. Keep yourself busy and find ways to excuse yourself when this kind of situation occurs. Have you found yourself moving in a different circle of friends lately? Perhaps a group that is oriented toward study of the occult and metaphysics? You're probably forming some pretty tight bonds with these people, in addition to learning a lot from them. There's a possibility that you and some of your new friends might take up the study of astrology, whether beginning, intermediate, or advanced. Take the time to savor your new path and enjoy yourself. Today the moon not only returns to your career sector for its only visit while the sun is in your work sector, but its first since Neptune's retrograde turn in your income sector 10 days ago. While the moon will form a friendly aspect to both over the coming days, it comes just as the stars have been aligned across the income, work, and career fronts all week. Until now this hasn't involved the sun or Neptune, with the moon also able to fuel your professional instincts and imagination. While you will continue to benefit from Mars' recent war on communication barriers, the remaining 3 planets are all slowing down ahead of retrograde turns that will focus more on giving the past and unsaid words a voice. This comes just as today's adventurous lunar vibes are helping to amplify a mix of romance, adventure, and nostalgia that has been building over the last few days. Our eyes in the sky. The moon is being extremely quiet and chill in Aries today. This means that it's a great day to communicate your needs to others and reflect on the energy you're putting out into the world. If you'd like to take a step back and focus on yourself, do it. This is one time when you should be putting your needs first. Since the moon is in Aries, you might feel you're supposed to give yourself freely to others, but now you don't have to do that. Think about whether you want to drain your batteries by giving away your energy or you want to recharge. Don't overdo it, especially since the moon is pretty much inactive. The less you go out and the more you keep to yourself, the better you'll feel. Don't let people push you into giving them extra attention. This is something you'll have to keep in mind throughout the day because you'll want to help even though your body needs to rest. Today, put yourself first no matter what. Are we really making a difference? Does anything we do really matter? We could be running up against emotional programming from youth when our unique approach to structure was vilified. Subsequently, we adopted more legitimate methods for getting things done, which were probably modeled for us by parents or authority figures. Now, we find ourselves in a position where we could be accomplishing a great deal, but success fails to trigger an endorphin response. In some form or fashion, we aren't being authentic to ourselves, and therefore, failing to meet our own needs. We may have to think more critically about how going through the motions isn't serving us. If we feel a disconnect in our process, what can we do to change our behavior and course correct this issue? Following this, the moon trines Uranus in Taurus, encouraging us to do things differently. Unorthodox behavior is celebrated, and we might receive insights that help us to keep an open mind despite the turbulence. We now perceive less risk in breaking the mold. Although the Aries moon urges us to keep things in order, we understand how going with the flow makes life less difficult in the long run. When we are open to change, we easily adjust to life's unpredictable moments. A connection between the moon and Neptune could bring strange dreams your way tonight, but try not to read too much into them. Any messages that come through will likely be too convoluted to unpack. In the early morning, the moon trines Saturn in Gemini, helping to regulate our instincts. This aspect perfects while some of us are still asleep, so our dreams may aid us in making decisions, guiding us to obvious conclusions through symbolism. In waking life, we might receive sound advice from elders or bosses, those who have developed more experience having been in the game longer. However, a harsh aspect to healing asteroid Chiron a short time later threatens to challenge our energy level. The balance you keep between your responsibilities and self-care is an important theme today, so you need to make sure you're checking in with yourself often to avoid tiring yourself out. This gains further traction when an unbalanced aspect to unpredictable Uranus throws a wrench in our plans, leaving us scrambling to hold things together. Venus forms an off-putting aspect to hazy Neptune, and confusion could manifest in romantic partnerships as well. Keep your guard up against overly charismatic people right now, because there is a chance you could be taken for a ride if you fall too hard for charm over substance. Though the day may feel like it's filled with uncertainty, fluctuations in energy, and confusion, things clear up this evening when the moon shares a supportive connection to Mars. You'll likely feel motivated to work on a passion project or even spend a little one-on-one time under the sheets, but try not to stay up too late. We are likely to feel touchy or embarrassed, and from the current vantage point, all roads lead to failure. Why are we focusing on the negatives? Well, often it can be easier to relinquish control and have someone else make the difficult choices. That way, if situations go sideways, the blame can't fall back on us. Although we want to absolve ourselves of the decision-making process, we are not being allowed to get away with it now, which creates frustration and stress. This is a lesson in self-ownership.